Hi. Testing, testing. You can hear me. All right, well, happy Earth Day, everyone. Yeah, woo! Happy Earth Day, everyone. Happy Earth Day. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about citizen science and Earth Day. And see if I can advance my slides here. We have our special robot there that is from scistarter.org, which I'll introduce you to in just a moment. What is citizen science? So citizen science is science done by everyday people. It is science that is performed, collected, data points that are collected for projects and submitted to ongoing real research projects. It is different, it is distinct from STEM science learning, where with STEM, a lot of times you have some sort of project that you're learning about, you bring it home, it's a tabletop thing, you learn about the particular concept in science. In this case, that may happen, but you are also kind of required to have a data points that you create and submit to a project, to an ongoing project. So that's the kind of the distinction between citizen science and, oh, I should really put up my little thing there, between citizen science and regular STEM learning. So citizen science is, it kind of helps to demystify science. It builds confidence in science amongst the people that are doing it. It creates accessibility to science. So it really begins to democratize science and gives people a voice in doing science. They become familiar with science. A lot of times the people that are doing these citizen science projects haven't dealt with science for many, many years. And so they need a little confidence boost to actually engage in science and not be afraid that whatever they're doing is going to be wrong. So since 2013, ASU has partnered with scistarter.org. So this is a website that was created by one of our school's professors of practice, Deron Ash. And she developed this website to act as kind of a marriage portal between project scientists, people who are looking to get data or have their data analyzed by large numbers of volunteers, and the volunteers themselves, right? So if you're a project scientist, you need to get a large amount of data, you go there, you list your project, and likewise, if you're somebody who's kind of interested in science and like to contribute to these citizen science projects, you can go and use this project finder here to find projects that might be local to you, some sort of local project that might be looking at the air quality, soil quality, water quality in your area, or something that might have to do with ecology, with different species, and it might be, I mean, if you're really into horseshoe crabs, you can go and you can put in keyword horseshoe crabs, and you're actually going to get at least 4 projects that are related to horseshoe crabs that are here. But if you're interested more in desert life, there is certainly lots of things with desert birds and desert butterflies and reptiles and what have you. And projects that deal with space, counting stars, different kinds of stars, different kinds of galaxies, many, many different kinds of topics. There's actually hundreds, or even, it says 1,600, I think it's maybe even over 2,000 projects that are listed there on the website. So since 2017, our team, led by Darlene Cavalier, has been developing materials to have libraries act as kind of community hubs for citizen science. So we kind of teach the libraries about what citizen science is. They engage their patrons. And we've developed all these different resources like flyers and posters and bookmarks, lots and lots of bookmarks that have gone out, so that these libraries can engage their communities and teach them about what citizen science is. We also have these little robot guys down on the bottom are digital badges, so you can earn micro-credentials. So as you develop your skills in citizen science, you can earn these credentials, and which you can put on resumes and things like that. So that's all available through the scistarter.org website. And on the right there, you see our citizen science kits. So those are just two of the kits that we've developed that they're each keyed to a particular citizen science project. And the idea there is so that people, if that project requires some sort of equipment, a sensor, something that is maybe expensive that you don't want to necessarily go out and buy, you could go to the library, check that kit out, do the project, submit your data to the project, and then return that kit to the library for the next person. So it's kind of an accessibility thing. It allows greater accessibility of science to a broader community. 1 million acts of science. So it is Citizen Science Month. Every year in April is Citizen Science Month, so that coordinates well with Earth Day today. And starting last year, we had this idea of having 1 million acts of science performed during the month. And the idea is basically a million data points. 1 million times where somebody goes to one of our partner citizen science projects, does something in the way of collecting data or analyzing data and submitting it to the project. And so it's called 1 million acts of science. And we have a little video that we've kind of been pushing out through social media, which will give you a little bit more information on this.
1 million acts of science. This April, we're on a mission to invite everyone everywhere to participate in 1 million acts of science to help accelerate scientific research. Citizen science, for those who don't know, is where anybody and everybody can help answer questions that scientists can't answer alone. Whether you're into gaming, taking pictures of nature, or environmental monitoring, there's something for everyone. If you're ready to do some real science, you can find events and projects taking place all month long this April. Every photo you take, every game you play, every data point you collect, it all adds up to make a real difference. So what are you waiting for? Visit 1millionactsofscience.org to find an event or project and be 1 in a million this April. Then make it count by reporting and sharing your act.
Yay! Okay, and we'll see Sparky again in just a minute or so. So that's really what it's about. It's about impact. It's lots and lots of small acts being kind of developing and creating something that creates a bigger impact in terms of advancing ongoing research. And obviously a lot of that research involves things like climate change and ecologies and whatever other things that might have to do with Earth Day here. So lots of different projects that you can actually get yourself engaged in. We've also been funded by a number of agencies along the way and philanthropic organizations, including NSF, NIH, the Moore Foundation, and the recently shuttered Institute for Museum and Libraries Services. So these have all been important partners in our program for developing these projects. So Citizen Science Month, I'll briefly show this. You can go if you go to citizensciencemonth.org, you'll find our calendar. Every day we have something that is highlighted. Earth Day is today, so that's what's highlighted. And then if we go here, so as of last night, there were 735,923 acts submitted. And I know we beat 1 million last year, and I think if you go there now, I think we probably went well past 1 million already. So let's go for 2 million acts of science this year. Well, it's the second year, so I guess maybe we'll go for 3 million next year. In order to get your acts counted, though, you do have to get an account at scistarter.org first, and you link over to the project from there. This way, your data submission actually counts as an act of science. Okay, and we have another project here. So we also are featuring a project that's based here at ASU. It is by Professor Garth Payne. He's a acoustic ecologist. And really interesting project that he has, that they are in need of people submitting data for their acoustic lab. And this gives a little bit of an idea of what that project is about. And Sparky is, again, the main person here. Right, fun and happy. So it's a really interesting project that they do, but it links wellness with the kinds of things that are in your sound environment. So whether that is natural sounds or the sounds in the built environment. So really interesting project. And if you go to scisar.org/ASU-volunteer, what you'll find there is the Office for Social Embeddedness here at ASU is encouraging faculty and staff members to use the hours that they actually have. You get 8 hours a year to engage in volunteer activities, things that you can come, give back to your community. So you can use them to do citizen science projects. And there's a lot of information about using those hours at ASU-volunteer there. And I think that's it for that. But if you use that, what do they call those things? Not URL. QR code, thank you. If you do that, it'll bring you right to that site. And it'll give you information not only about volunteering at ASU, but about that particular, about the Garth Payne's project there as well. Okay, I think that's it. Any questions that you guys have? Do I have time for questions?